Hey, what's cracking? Hope this video finds you doing well today. Hope this video finds everything going your way. Hope today that you chose to throw down your curses and pick up your blessings. To look at life through the eyes of the things that you have and not the things you don't. Because if you do that, things go a lot better for you. If this is the first time you've watched one of my videos, man, thanks for dropping in, giving me a try. Hope by the end of the video, you'll hit the subscribe button for me. My videos, I went to prison when I was 15 years old, and all my videos are kind of like a series. I tell everything in order. From the time I started, the crime, what was happening, getting certified as an adult, going to prison with grown men. And I'm just kind of been working my way through. And then I throw in a story here and there. And I try to get people to look at life through a different set of eyes, keep them from making mistakes, getting in trouble like I did. So if you support that, I hope you'll hit subscribe on the channel. I made a video a little while back about what happens to child molesters when they went to prison. There were some people commenting, I think nothing happens to them. So today I'm going to tell you a story about when karma found one. Before I get started on that, shout out to the writers and the dyers. I've got a new writer that hit join on the channel, Cody Smith, a few days ago, about almost a week ago. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate you. Shout out to the writers and the dyers. Always. You guys make it happen for me. I really appreciate it. Got 4 now, but we're going to get there. Hey, everything starts small. Anything worth having is worth building. And with that, I want to tell you a little story. So I did all my time in a medium security prison. I'm not going to jump right back to my story. Before that, I do that, I want to tell you this story. So we were at a medium security prison, and this homosexual come on the yard, and he had been in a minimum security yard, so his hair was all grown out, and he carried himself like a woman. I guess you'd call him transgender. But back then in prison, there wasn't all this stuff about the LGBTQ and all that. That stuff's just burst on the scene here lately, really. But this guy come on the yard. He was young, in his early 20s. And when a guy comes on the yard like that, all the guys who've been in a long time that mess with homosexuals and they like boys, there's a lot of them that just sit back and wait on somebody to come on the yard that acts like a girl. And here comes one. But this one here, he ain't just doing it with anybody. Well, he's doing it with a lot of people. He's running around. He's having sex with people for candy bars and Debbie's and Pops, and his locker's full. And boy, he's just having his way. People say he's happy as a punk in a Peter Patch. Because he was. It's like taking a woman that is really into guys, but she's not that attractive, and you throw her around a bunch of guys that haven't been around a woman, haven't had a chance to be around a woman, and boy, they honor her. They treat her like she's the most beautiful thing ever walked. It's really a self-esteem builder. And that's what it was doing for him. He wasn't a real good-looking guy. So on the streets, I'm sure he didn't get so many compliments as he's getting now, because everyone's treating him like he's Farrah Fawcett. And he's running around there only doing this with the guys he picks and chooses. And the guys that's been in there a long time, who aren't young, who don't have a lot of canteen, they're pissed off about it because they want to do it with him. So somebody... Now, usually people's paperwork always gets checked when you get on the yard. But this one, he run around having sex with everybody, and he's always smiling and acting like a girl, and he slipped through for a little while. Nobody checked his paperwork. But now it's one guy who's want to do something with him, and he won't do it, and he's trying to pressure him. Well, nowadays, in prison, most of the time, people don't just rape other guys. Most of the time, it's a mind thing. Try to pressure them into it by getting them debt, make them afraid of physical confrontation. But usually it's not just taking it, even though every now and then that does happen. Someone tries to rape someone. I had it happen to me when I first went in prison. It's in another one of my videos, attempted rape and a proposition. If you want to check that video out. But usually people don't try to manhandle you for it. Usually it is a mind game, try to get you in debt, make you think you're in danger without their help, without their friendship, that they can kind of protect you in a way, try to trick you into doing with them. But in this case, no one's going to make this kid do it because he's doing it with people anyway. And a lot of people are liking him now, and there's a lot of them wanting to move him in with them and make him his wife, basically. But he's doing it with everybody. He's going to pick and choose who he's with, and this making this guy mad. And so he checked his paperwork, and he come to find out he had a child molesting case. Now, later on, the story he's trying to tell, he was down there in lockup after it's all said and done. He's trying to tell people that he got with another guy who had been with a woman and had been married to a woman and had kids. And he turns this guy, ends up being gay with him. And the woman don't like the kids going around him for visitation. And one day, this little boy had dirt on his butt, and he was wiping it off, and the mama seen it and made a big deal saying that he was molesting the kid and got the kid to say things, and this got him put in prison. And everybody has a story when they have a sex crime. But the thing about being in Oklahoma, if you've got anything to do with an underage anything, you're getting smashed. You don't get to explain shit. So once they found out he was in child molester in prison, and he was just having his way, having sex with everybody he's wanting. Now it seems like he's having fun doing this. He's just having his way after going and molesting a little boy. So they got to going to teach him a lesson. So a few of these old guys, they're trying to trick him up in their cell so they can pretty much take it from him. And they can't get him to come up in the cell, and they're afraid that, they don't want to get in trouble if they can get away with it. So what happens is, on any yard, a medium security yard, whenever they let people out, what they'll say they have unit 4, 5, 6, they'll let those units out one at a time to go eat. But on this particular yard, there was 5A, 5B, 5C, 5D, 5E, 5F, and 5G. And they let those day rooms out one at a time to go to chow. So they set it up. There was this young guy, this homosexual, this transgender. He kept wanting to have sex with this young guy that goes to visit with a woman. He was attracted to him because he was a straight guy and he was young and pretty good looking. Kept wanting to do something with him, and the young guy wouldn't do it. Didn't want nothing to do with him. So they used that guy to set him up. So what they did is they said, hey, the day that your unit goes last to chow, because what happens whenever they rack the unit out to chow, say all the other units have went and you live in 5G. When they rack your unit out to chow, everybody else has gone to chow. So that's when you want to make your move on somebody in any day room as soon as their day room gets out for chow, because everybody will leave. There'll be hardly no one in that day room. That's a perfect way, perfect time to jump on somebody for a fight or do whatever you're going to do, because that's the chances are that no one will see you do it during that time. So they have this kid go to this homosexual and say, hey man, I want to have sex with you, but I don't want no one to know. So what we'll do is, as soon as on Thursday, which is the day that unit eats last, that way all the other units will be out first. On this day, on Thursday, when everybody goes to eat and we're last, you just come over to my cell, and I have the jigger curtain up. I have the curtain up so no one will know, and I'll just stay and tell my cell partner I have to take a shit. And so, but really, I'll be up there by myself waiting on you. When you come up there, we'll lock the door and do it real quick so no one will know, because I got a wife and I don't want no one to know. So boy, that turns this homosexual on. Boy, he is turned on. He can't wait to get with this young guy. So Thursday comes and they let everybody out. Thinks kid's up there waiting. He comes out and he goes up there and he steps in the door. But when he steps in the door, that kid's not in there waiting on him. There's 5 or 6 of these older dudes. And I won't say what race they are, but they were doing a lot of time and they were different races. He opened that door and sees them in there and he tries to get away. But they grab hold to him and pull the door shut. And now they got him in there, and those dudes took turns with him. Some of them went twice. As soon as it was all over, he run out of there. He run down to medical. They did a rape kit. He had been raped several times. And they ended up sending all the guys who did it to McAlester. And they put it in their jacket, in their file, that they are sexual predators and that they've raped other men. So that's something you would never, ever want to have in your file, especially if you hope to make parole someday. But these guys had no hope of parole. And that guy was a child molester. He was doing bad things to a little boy, and now he's come to prison and he's having his way, having sex with all these guys that he wants to have sex with, and thinks nothing bad's going to happen to him until he got raped by all of them. And yeah, that's sometimes what happens to a child molester in prison. So if you think there's nothing happens to them, they live in fear all the time. They're always afraid. If they're on a yard that's easy and nobody's doing nothing to them and they got it made, they're always afraid that something will happen to ship them to a yard like that where they'll really get it. And that's a short story. This week I have really been busy. I've got a lot going on. They have rescheduled my surgery for September 7th. I'm trying to get things in order so I can do that. I'm going to try to have some videos made so I can still put up a video or two, at least one video a week on Mondays for the couple weeks that I'm in recovery. On the 1st, I had planned to do my first book reading. I will do that sometime before I have my surgery, at least the first book reading, and it'll be for everyone. And I hope to get some of you guys interested enough to join the channel and become a part of that for me. I want to thank the writers and dyers again. Sometimes I forget to say that, but I never want to forget to say that again. Thank you guys. I really appreciate you. The video I did with my mom, the live, we had all kinds of equipment issues. I apologize for that, but I want to thank every one of you guys that still hung in there, supported me, watched the replay, and gave me a thumbs up. You know that I've been finding out about YouTube as I go. I found out that how we make the money is if you don't skip the commercials. And I've noticed that you guys haven't, and it shows that my #1 income is skippable commercials. So I know you guys aren't skipping them. Thank you, every one of you who are doing that. Now, what I want to tell you now is another way that you can help me. You can help my channel grow. The way that you can help my channel grow is I have found out that that like button is just like telling other people to watch it. If you hit that like button, if I put a video out and 100 people watch it and 50 of people hit like on it, YouTube is going to show that video to everybody. So you guys are what can make the video go off. You can help me get subscribers just by hitting like on the video. Please hit like on the video and subscribe if you appreciate it. All I'm doing is trying to keep other people from making mistakes I have, and hope to be a little bit entertaining for you too. Next video will be longer. I'll jump back to my story. In the meantime, may God bless, keep, and protect you and yours. Peace out.